Now that we have a good grasp of Excel basics, it's time to learn how we can use Excel to help us with calculations. As we know, Excel is famous for being able to calculate and analyze data that's entered into worksheets. Companies use it to store and analyze data such as sales figures, taxes, profit and loss, inventory, and so on. Along with calculations and data analysis, Excel spreadsheets are also used to solve mathematical problems or even find best-case scenarios. If you're an Excel newbie, you will be amazed at just how much you can do with Excel. But before that, we need to understand the foundations of all Excel calculations, formulas, and functions. The terms formulas and functions are often used interchangeably in Excel. Let's understand what they mean in simple terms. We use formulas to perform basic calculations. Just like a calculator, Excel can add, subtract, multiply, and divide cell values. Formulas are expressions that tell Excel how to calculate cell values. Let's take a look at this basic table. We want to find the total cost of all items, which means we have to add up these cells. If we were doing this in our head or on a calculator, we would just do 6 plus 1250 plus 950 plus 14 and so on. Likewise, our formula is just an expression telling Excel that to find the total we must add the values in cells E4 plus E5 plus E6 plus E7, E8 and E9. Hope you're with me so far. Let's now take a look at what a function is. A function is a predefined formula available within Excel. Functions are used to perform specific calculations in a particular order. We'll look at functions in detail later, but let's see an example to get an idea of what they look like. If we go back to our table, we can use a function to help us add up the cell range we want without specifying each cell individually like we had to do when writing out the formula. The sum function in Excel is a predefined formula that allows you to add a cell range. In our case, it would look like this. The total equals the sum of cells E4 to E9. By keying in our function like this, Excel will know that we want to add up all cells from E4 to E9. You can already see how this would make our lives much easier when adding up several rows or columns of data. You may notice that in the case of both formulas and functions, the cell displays the final value, not the formula or function entered into it. And that's where the formula bar comes in. When you click on a cell that contains a formula or function, the formula bar will display it. If you'd like to edit the formula or function, you can do this by clicking on the formula bar and then making your edits. Or you can double-click on the cell itself and then it will show you the formula or function it contains, if any. If you change your mind at any time, you can press Escape to quit editing and leave the cell as it was. Reviewing these tips will come in handy as we learn more about using formulas and functions. So just a quick recap. A formula is an expression or an equation which calculates the value of a cell just like your calculator, while a function is a predefined formula within Excel used for specific calculations.